Hey guys, welcome to our channel. Um, we got quite a few songs that we have in our charts that we did not decode. So I'm trying to take a few of those off our plate before we move too much farther. And tonight I decided to go ahead and try Sultans of Swing. And now we're doing this a little different than when we started. I don't know if both ways aren't relevant, but now I've been going through 3 times and seeing if I hit the stock market, uh, genetics, and chemicals. So we did Dire Straits, Sultans of Swing. We did this a while back. The Mandela Effect itself. Um, when he gets up under the lights to play his thing, turned into when he gets up under the lights to play his things. And so you had thing to things. All right. And the THIN G all cancel out and you're only left with an S, and we brought the S down here. All right. Then, but he's strictly rhythm. He doesn't want to make them cry or sing. Talking about his guitar strings changed to he's strictly rhythm. He's strictly rhythm. He doesn't want to make it cry or sing, and that's different. So you had your T's canceled out. That T and that T canceled out. And all you were left with was HEMI. And so we brought that down. HEMI. 5 letters. That's what we had. So let's get started, shall we? S, we all know, stands for sprint, but that could always be a coincidence, right? HE we know stands for Hawaiian Electric. They're both on the New York Stock Exchange, right? But that could be a coincidence, right? It might. What about SH? SH ends up standing for ProShares TR/short S&P 500 new on the New York Stock Exchange. Interesting. How about EM? Well, that's not on the stock exchange, but there is an EM Financial Services, and they deal in the stock market and other various financial things. So imagine that. I went ahead and checked M by itself, which stands for Macy's, and we've had that before, but I didn't recognize it. We haven't had it much. MI, and we're coming through forwards, guys, SHEMI, and we're on MI, which ends up standing for MI Equipment Holdings on KLSE. I think that ended up being the Korean exchange or something, or no? It's a stock exchange anyway, guys. It's not the New York Stock Exchange. Thought I wrote that down, but I didn't. So now we're going to move on and come back financially. Will it code back financially backwards? Let's find out. IME ends up being Imogen Medical Incorporated, no E, just IMAGIN, Medical Incorporated on the CNSX. All right, that's a stock exchange. I'll provide the link. HS coming back ends up being Health Space Data System ORD on the CNSX, same market. H by itself ends up being Hyatt Hotels Corporation. We've had that before on the New York Stock Exchange. And S by itself, of course, we're back to Sprint on the New York Stock Exchange, and that gets you through forwards and backwards financially. So yes, it coded all the way through forwards and backwards. What about genetics? Will I hit a wall there? Even if I hit a wall, I still coded all the way through financially, right? So we really didn't hit a wall at all. I didn't hit a wall. I'm saying if I had hit a wall, it already coded through forwards and backwards. So now we're in genetics, and SH ends up being a shaker gene, and that ends up being a protein coding gene. We've had those before. If anyone's been following along, I think this one's in a fruit fly, but a protein coding gene nonetheless. Then you have EMI, which ends up being continental DNA markers. That's what they're called. They're labeled EMI. I'll provide the link. I'm not going to read about them right now. We got a few things to get through. I'm trying to get through these a little faster so that hopefully a few more people get this information. All right. MI ends up being myocardial infarction. And if I am not mistaken, that is a genetic. Nope. Infarction. A positive family history for myocardial infarction is known to be a major cardiovascular risk factor. The current European guidelines. Anyway, that's MI. It's although the genes underlying the heritable component of MI were largely unknown previously, so it's a genetic disease. All right. So that EMI, that got you actually through going. No, it didn't, because then I come back and I took MI, guys. So you had SH shaker gene, EMI continental DNA markers, but I came back and took MI and got myocardial infarction. I'm sorry, guys. Sometimes I lose myself in these. Now we're coming backwards. Again, SHEMI. Now we're coming backwards. And IME ends up being IME1 gene. And it's not a protein coding gene, guys. This time, I will look. IME1 gene is a master regulator of meiosis that is active only during meiotic events. Activates transcription of early meiotic genes through interaction with UM6P. So, yeah, it's a EMI. Did I say EMI? IME. Excuse me. It's a gene, IME gene. So, yes. It's a. I think they said it's a non-essential gene. Sorry about that, guys. By the time this is my, I've been through this already once, and I'm going through it again, so it does get confusing after you do enough of them. HS then is hydradentitis suppurativa. And I'm pretty sure I didn't pronounce that right. But it is HS is an inflammatory chronic skin disease characterized by recurrent pain, boil-like lumps, nodules under the skin. HS affects the areas around the skin folds, and yeah, it's a genetic and environmental factors. So it is likely that it results from a combination of genetic and environmental factors. So, some cases of HS have been associated with specific genes, including NCSTN, PSEN1, and PSENEN2, none of which have come up in our searches so far. But now this has. All right. Um, so that got you through going backwards genetically. So it went all the way through forwards and backwards, and you got genetic stuff too. What about chemicals? Well, do we get chemicals? So let's find out. SH Chemical Group. They're a chemical company. We've got those before. EM ends up being ethylene glycol monomethyl ether, and it is short known as EM, and that is a chemical. All right. Then you have iodine. I ends up being iodine on the periodic table of elements. And this is iodine right here. And its uses, of course, we all know they have the medical use. Iodine has commercial uses. Iodine salts are used in pharmaceutical and disinfectants, uh, printing inks and dyes, catalysts, animal feed supplements, and photo. Biological role. Iodine is an essential element for humans who need a daily intake of 0.1 milligrams of iodine. So it actually plays up into the other category as well. Genetics, right? Biological role. Then you have MI. We're still going through forwards, chemicals. And MI ends up being methyl isothiazolinone. And it is a chemical. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that again. Oh, maybe it's right here. Yeah, it's right here. It forms colorless prisms. It is used as a preservative in personal care and cosmetic products such as leave-on products, namely hand and body lotions and moisturizers, sun-tanning lotions, and some rinse-off products like shampoos. So, in all sorts of stuff. Human exposure and toxicity it tells about. You can read all about it. I'm going to move on. So we can get through this. Now that got you through going forwards, chemicals. All right, now we're coming backwards, chemicals. And you start with IME, which ends up being Institute for Molecular Engineering. So, Institute, IME Chemistry Safety Initiative. The Institute for Molecular Engineering, the University of Chicago. So, yeah, there's that. All right. HS by itself, and we are coming backwards. HS by itself is sulfandine. Sulfandine. HS, molecular formula HS. It's a chemical. You can read all about it. PubChem ID or CID. It's It's a chemical. And we're coming backwards in chemicals. And also HS, which is your last two letters, is HS Chemical Korea. So it's a chemical company in Korea. All right. So out of 5 letters extracted from the changes in Dire Straits, Sultans of Swing, we ended up with all of this completely through, forwards, and backwards. 3 times, 3 categories. And so if you asked us, and I forgot to do this last time, I apologize for that. But if you asked us why Dire Straits Sultans of Swing changed, and I don't remember the percent. Let me see the percent. Come on, show me the percent. Tell me I can see it. Yeah, it's right here. To the tune of 0.74%. We will confidently tell you because somebody with a quantum computer, in our opinion, was calculating finances, genetics, and chemicals, which seems to be a pattern. Now I've got other ones that I've only coded coded whatever I could find because I didn't see patterns at that time. I didn't think there was these patterns. I didn't think so. We didn't know. It took time to learn this, so maybe we will go back through some of the ones we started decoding to begin with and see if they run through 3 times in these 3 categories. Even if they don't, it's still a pattern. But right now, the pattern seems to be they'll go three ways in 3 different categories. Every time, I don't know that they will. But we're definitely getting them to go forwards and backwards in a category or 2 or 3. So that's a pattern, and I'm going to let this video go at that, guys. Thanks for all your thumbs up, thumbs down. Thanks for all your comments, feedback, leads, subscriptions. Thanks for sticking with us. I think we're going to try to take some of the stuff off of our plate that's heaped on already. For a while. We're going to get to some new stuff. We're going to get to the stuff that has been requested. So much to do. So little time. But we will try our best to get to it all. And thanks a lot for watching, guys. And we hope you enjoy it, the decodes. And we hope you're getting something out of them. That's the main thing, to be getting something out of them. It's hard to make these things terribly entertaining. But hopefully the information is worth the ride. So making sure I'm keep looking over at my paper to make sure I got everything. It's a bad habit I got going on now, so I should throw it away when I'm done or get it out of my way. So that's going to be it for now, guys. Thanks a lot for watching, and for now, you guys have a great rest of your night.